Hi there, good morning. It's Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and gut health specialist, and I help busy women fix their IBS, their bloating, their terrible gut symptoms that really interfere with day-to-day life. And I do that with gut testing and supplements, dietary changes, and various upgrades to get things ticking over nicely again. And today I was going to talk about vitamin D because it is very, very important now that we get our levels optimized for several reasons, which I'll come to in a minute. So I'm just going to look at why we need vitamin D, and then I'll look at what it's so important for and the signs to look out for if you feel like, if you think you might be deficient, and then which levels you need to supplement and what type, etc. Okay, so the reason it's so important to supplement is because it's widely estimated that between about 40 and 80% of adults in the UK may be deficient, and deficiency can give rise to a whole host of different issues. We'll come to that in just a minute. So there are certain factors as well which put you at higher risk for a deficiency, and those factors are having darker skin. So unless you've got very fair skin people tend to make vitamin D much more easily than anyone with any kind of darker skin tones at all. People who live in the northern hemisphere are at risk for deficiency because we only have strong enough sunshine during the summer. So that's come to an end now. Now we've hit October, the sun, when it does come out, just won't be strong enough anyway. So those are two big risk factors. If you spend a lot of time indoors, that would be another risk factor. And putting on sunscreen in sunny weather, because that's mainly how we make optimal levels of vitamin D. So that's the surest way to make sure you're getting enough. So if you sit out in the sun or just walk in and out, in and outdoors, just casual exposure during the summertime will give you hopefully enough vitamin D to tide you over, at least for a little bit. Okay, so what are the benefits then of vitamin D? It's really important vitamin, and it's kind of coming to light that it's, more and more things are discovered all the time that it is vital for. So it's really vital for your bone health. It helps your body to get the calcium into your bones. So we haven't got calcium just sloshing around in your bloodstream. We want to get it into your bones, and that's what vitamin D does. It supports immune health, and it's been very topical lately, hasn't it, with COVID-19, etc. And it's vitamin D that is really showing to be such a huge influencer of whether or not you get bad symptoms or not. So there was one study which showed that 86% of cases where people had adequate vitamin D levels experienced mild or no symptoms at all, whereas 73% of cases where people had low vitamin D status got severe or critical symptoms from it. So in other words, if you've got plenty of vitamin D on board, you're highly likely to experience very mild symptoms indeed. If your vitamin D levels are low, that's going to put you at much, much higher risk of getting the more critical symptoms, which obviously is what we want to avoid at the moment. But not just with that virus, with any virus this goes for. It's what vitamin D is what your immune system needs to function effectively. So it helps you produce white blood cells, which will help you fight infection, etc. And produces certain enzymes which helps you to combat viruses, etc. Okay, so what else does it do? It also protects against autoimmune conditions. It protects your cardiovascular system. It keeps your blood pressure down. It keeps or helps to keep your cholesterol levels regulated, etc. It helps manage your blood sugar levels and your insulin. And another really exciting area is that it really helps with depression and anxiety. So if you're suffering with any of those things, or if any of those things are a problem for you, I would definitely get tested, and I will pop a link in the comments to so you can order your test and double check that that's not, you know, a major contributing factor for you. Okay, so how much should you supplement then? Well, the NHS have recommended a minimum. The minimum, yeah, they've recommended 400 international units. When we measure vitamin D, it's normally in international units, so that's IUs. So you'll get the number followed by IUs when you buy a supplement. 400 IUs is very, very low. If you think when you sit in the sun for 10 minutes, you'll probably be making 20,000 IUs. That's, you know, the kind of comparison you need there. So the NHS reckons a minimum of 400 IUs, a maximum of 4,000 IUs. I'd say 4,000 is more like it. I'd be looking at between 2,000 and 4,000 international units to be supplementing a day from probably about now through to March. If you test and you're low, so if you've got any of those conditions and you're coming up low, then you'll need to take further advice on how much vitamin D you need to take, because it may be that you need to take much, much more than that. But that would be advising, you know, on an individual basis. For school-age kids, about 2,000 IUs would be ideal. Or thereabouts. So what sort of type of supplement are you looking for? You're looking for a D3 supplement with K2 in it. So the K2 is going to help as well with the vitamin D in getting the calcium into your bones. So that's what that's for. It just helps it do its job a bit better. Okay, so I hope that helps. That's a bit of background on why you need to supplement, how much you need to supplement, and what sort of type of supplement you're looking for. And I will put a link to the supplements ordering page in the comments, and a link to the vitamin D study in the comments if you're interested in that. You can have another look. And otherwise, I shall see you next time. I'll also pop a link to my diary as well in the comments. So if you've got any questions about this, do book yourself in for a free call, and I can discuss all this with you and how you need vitamin D if you need it. I can advise you on testing and what your levels mean, etc. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.